Once upon a time, many years ago, some children about your age lived with their parents in England, and they were happy there. But their parents were sad because the mean King of England wanted everyone to go to his church, called the Church of England, and worship God in his way. The parents didn't believe the same things about God that the King of England believed, so they decided to get on a boat called the Mayflower and move away to a new land called America. When they got on the Mayflower boat, there were lots of other people there leaving from England too. These people that were leaving their homes to travel to America because of what they believed about God and church are the people we now call pilgrims. There were lots of pilgrims and other people on the Mayflower, 102 in all. There were 50 men, 20 women, and 32 children. The Mayflower was a rather small boat for so many people, and they didn't have very much good food. And what they did, they started to spoil, and then it got rotten after a while because they didn't have refrigerators, obviously. There was no such thing back then. The Mayflower didn't have any toilets either, so the people had to go to the bathroom in buckets. When the boat was tossed with the waves, sometimes the buckets would spill, and they couldn't take a bath because they had to save all their fresh water for drinking. So since the pilgrims didn't have lots of good fresh food and couldn't take a bath and didn't have any medicine on the boat, lots of them got sick. 2 of the pilgrims even died on the journey, and that made everyone very sad. But then 2 babies were born on the Mayflower, so that was great. When they got to America, they were happy, very, very happy. But winter was coming, and it was already very cold, and the pilgrims couldn't build houses for everyone quick enough. So most of them had to spend the whole winter back on the Mayflower boat, even though they weren't selling anymore, because it was the only shelter they had. When spring came, the pilgrims came out of the Mayflower, strong, and began to build houses for everyone, but they still didn't have enough food. Luckily, they met some friendly Native Americans that helped them by showing the pilgrims how to plant crops that would grow well in America, and how to set traps for animals that lived around there, such as deer and turkeys and bears. If it were not for the help from the friendly Native Americans, the pilgrims might have all died because there was nothing to eat. And even with their help, 46 of the 102 people that had came all the way from England had died by the next fall from lack of the food, shelter, medicine, and because they couldn't keep clean by taking baths. When fall came and the pilgrims were able to harvest their crops, they were so thankful to be alive, healthy, and had plenty to eat. They decided to have a big party, and they invited their new friends, the Native Americans. So they went hunting, they caught ducks, turkeys, and deer, and ate boiled pumpkin. They couldn't make any pumpkin pie because they didn't have any flour. But they did make cranberry salads. They did make cranberry salads. They did make cranberry salads and cornbread and lots of good food like that. 56 pilgrims, 91 Native Americans all shared their very first Thanksgiving in America. And that's why we celebrate Thanksgiving today with a big feast. And remember to be thankful for the good things that we have here in America. Like Thanksgiving football. That comes on this year. Anytime I get to see the Dallas Cowboys get beat, I'm happy. Folks, this story obviously was written by a 3rd grader. because of the way the words were spelt and because of the way I had to read it. Obviously, if anybody with a college education would have wrote that story, they would have spelt there, Their. Nevertheless, you just heard the true story and the first Thanksgiving. Remember to treat your neighbors with respect and kindness and show them love. Because you never know who's going to have to come plant corn in your garden next year. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first Thanksgiving story.